Hello friends, welcome to an abundance of books. Today we're doing a haul. I thought I'd done pretty well this month with controlling myself, but we have 17 things to talk about, which is not bad, certainly. There have been worse, but it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I have separated this into 3 stacks. These are books that I bought in an outlet place, these are books that I bought while I was on vacation, and these are books that I bought brand new. So you can decide which one you care about, but we're going to start with this one because we have a package to open. Any guesses on what this is? This is one of my most highly anticipated books. Have I talked about it on this channel? I don't think so. I don't talk about upcoming books. I'm the Girl by Courtney Summers. It looks really good. This cover I don't love. I get it, but I don't love it. But in real life it looks a lot better. Are you kidding? What? What? Oh, I'm into this. I haven't read anything about this except that I know that it's supposed to relate to Sadie, which is about a girl trying to avenge her sister's murder. Very dark, very depressing, very sad. Love it. This, I assume, will be in a similar vein, but I don't really want to know anything else. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm really excited to have this in my hands. Let me clear some space. Can we face this one out? Am I justified in doing that? And let's talk about the second most exciting thing that I bought. Babel by Kuang. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's talk about it while I'm taking the sticker off. Why did I buy Babel? I am not sure. My soul called to it, or it called to my soul. Have I read The Poppy War? No. Should I read The Poppy War? Probably. Is Babel historical fiction and fantasy, neither of which are my preferred genres? Yes. But for some reason, this calls to me, and I think it's going to be awesome. You open it up. We've got a map. We've got another map. Can we go for 3? No. And it's shitting on me. Good. This is just something that I think is going to be excellently done. I believe it's about language and how colonialism has impacted it, basically. Maybe that's why language is one of my special interests. So I hope that this appeals to it. Is it enormous? 550 pages? Yes. But one of my goals was to read long books this year. My goal is to get to it as soon as possible before I get spoiled for this, before I lose the nerve. So hopefully. Then I bought The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. Did I read Ashley Winstead's previous book? No. Are we sensing a theme? I've already read this and I ended up really enjoying it. I don't want to say too much, like I think the back says too much, but it's about this woman, Shay, who learns of her friend's death through a podcast that she's listening to, which is hosted by one of her childhood friends. She goes back to her university and they sort of team up to figure out what happens. And I'm describing this book as Karen Slaughter-light. It is very dark, a lot of bad things happen, it's a tough read, but it's nowhere near Karen Slaughter level. It's an infuriating read, but a good one. I ended up giving it 4 stars, but this cover is like 10 million stars. And then I picked up 2 books by Neil Gaiman, Coraline and The Ocean at the End of the Lane. They've released these new editions for all of Neil Gaiman's books, and these were the 2 that interested me the most, so I grabbed them. Now let's do, I guess, the books I bought on vacation, because those are the most interesting. I bought this 100th anniversary edition of Wizard of Oz, and I'm obsessed with it. It's got gilded? There might be another word for that. Gilded edges. All of the artwork is the original style. This is the cover. Can you even? And it's even got a book ribbon. So this is swiftly jumping to one of the most beautiful books that I own. And then the next beautiful thing that I bought on vacation is this. Look at it. I think it's so beautiful. They had a whole section of mass market paperbacks, romances, and I just picked the one with the best cover. It's called The Texan's Bride by Geralyn Dawson, and the tagline is, "He broke all the rules to capture the heart of a fiery young widow." It's got the book smell. You know the smell. It's great. I've actually never heard of this author. I don't know if they're good. Like, they had other Tessa Dares and stuff in that area, so I'm hoping good things. Thinking good thoughts. Then while we were on vacation, we were in this one store, a cheese store, and they had a bunch of books on the counter, and apparently the owner was an author, and so I grabbed her latest release called 50 Ways to Win Back Your Lover by Kelly Siskind. Do I know anything? No, but I'm supporting a local author. It's signed. I think it's gonna be good. I do know that it's completely from the boy's POV, which I think is very interesting. I don't know if I've ever actually read a romance like that outside of a gay romance. But yeah, I think this is just so fun and like a thing you kind of have to buy when you're on vacation. Then again at the used bookstore, I picked up Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia, which sounds super interesting. It's a fantasy by the author of Mexican Gothic, and I think it's beautiful and I'm excited to give it a try. But then we get to the one that everyone really cares about. Mort by, who's this by? Robert Repino. My husband grabbed this and was like, hey, this sounds like something you would like. And I was like, oh yeah, it sounds exactly like something I would like. It's about the war with no name, where human extinction is the goal, and there's a colony of intelligent ants and a former house cat turned war hero named Mort. It's also blurbed by Tor. Like, I've never seen this before. I did, after I got it, realize it's part of a series, but I'm hopeful that it'll wrap up in here or that I can skip to it, but like, I'm obsessed. And then the last thing I picked up on vacation was 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This is something I'm really interested in. I do think that I will enjoy it, but I needed to be confronted with the monstrosity that this is. It is 840 pages, which is too many. It's far too many. But I'm gonna read it. There is something extremely satisfying about holding the like baritone of that snap. This is about someone who time travels to stop the JFK assassination. That's literally all I know, but that's all I need to know. I think it's gonna be great. But if I was afraid of the big book of Babel, this one I should be petrified by. Okay, and then the last stack of books, we're gonna fit everything on this with a book face out. That's huge for me. I'm crushing it. So the last stack is stuff that I bought at an outlet place. I picked up The Wife Between Us and You Are Not Alone by Greer, Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I already have The Golden Couple. You will notice there is conspicuously one missing here, The Anonymous Girl, which I did not enjoy, so I didn't buy it. But these are some of my favorite thriller authors. The Wife Between Us is one of my favorites of all time. This one's good, it's just not as good as some of their other stuff, but I'm excited to have them. Then I picked up Anna K. Away by Jenny Lee, something I swore I would never buy, but when it's a couple bucks, my morals kind of go out the window. This is the sequel to Anna K., which was one of my favorite books of whatever year I read it. Excuse you. I think a sequel is unnecessary, but I do also think it's going to be quite different because I think this one is going to be set in Korea. It's not. Oh no, it sounds like it is, but all the other characters are still in the States, so we're following a bunch of POVs in this. My decision making gets more questionable as we go along. I don't know if you've picked up on that. Then I grabbed The Girl in the Mirror by Rose Carlyle. I've seen this cover before, but like in real life, it's just stunning. Identical twin, one wants what the other has, how far will she go to get it? Absolutely, I'm in. Then we've got 30 Things I Love About Myself by Radhika Sanghani. Again, nothing. This is a total title and cover by. Oh wait, no, I do remember this one. Nina Mystery didn't plan to spend her 30th birthday in jail, but here she is, in her pajamas, locked in a holding cell. There's no Wi-Fi, no wine, no carbs, and no one to celebrate with. Unfortunately, this gives Nina plenty of time to reflect on how screwed up her life is. She's just broken up with her fiance and now has to move back into her childhood home and live with her depressed older brother and their uptight traditional Indian mother. Just as Nina falls into despair, a book lands in her cell, How to Love Yourself and Fix Your Shitty Life in the Process. It must be destiny. With literally nothing left to lose, Nina makes a life-changing decision and embarks on a self-love journey. By her next birthday, she's going to find 30 things she loves about herself. Does that not just sound precious? Does that not just sound like the perfect palate cleansy kind of book? I think it's beautiful, and I hope that the inside will be beautiful. Then we've got The Hazards of Time Travel by Joyce Carol Oates. Something that's been on my TBR forever and just never got around to it. It's about a woman who's cast adrift in time in this idyllic Midwestern town. She is set upon the course of rehabilitation but cannot resist falling in love with a fellow exile and questioning the strictures of the Waynscotia world with results that are both devastating and liberating. Great. Joyce Keller Oates is also one of those names that you just like hear, and I wanna know. And then we have the final book, one that I've already talked extensively about, Awayland by Ramona Ausubel. I picked this up at the outlet store purely because there was a rabbit on the cover and I hated it. This is probably the worst book that I've read this year. It's a collection of short stories, but I didn't like them. But there you go. That's the haul. A pretty good little one. It's a lot. I know it's not little. I know that. But I'm very happy with it. But that's it for me. You have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye. Now we just have to do the thumbnail and risk our life. I can do this. This is easy. Okay, maybe not that one.